Hello, people of the internet. So, today I watched Gladiator 2, and one thing to say, it was an amazing film, one of the best films to come out of 2024. And here's my review for it. So, first of all, in comparison with the first film, this was a good film, yet I will say the first film was more better than this in terms of storytelling and how the character went forward. Now, I was confused whether this movie was connected to the first one or not, but after seeing it, it is surely connected to the first movie, and there are a couple recurring characters, or like the characters that were in the first one, that are in here, and you can see them, you can see their characters progress as well. However, the best part about this movie was, I will say, the visuals of it, or what I will say is the way it looked. I think this movie was necessary for today's time, because we don't get many war movies, or like many movies set in the past in today's day and time, or like in today's time period. We mostly get all these sci-fi stories, and there are like and these battles happen only in this sci-fi aspects. These movies are somewhat set in realism. These are a part of history, like somewhat part of history. Most of it's exaggerated in the movies, so that is what I really like to see in these movies, be it Napoleon, be it Gladiator, be it all these historical stories. And this does quite connect many elements from the first movie into this one. And I mean, this is going to be a spoiler now, but the main character in this movie is the little boy in the first movie, like the son of the queen, the Lucius, that little boy. So he is the main character in this movie, and this follows his whole journey as a gladiator, and how he became a gladiator from a prince, and like an emperor, how he became a gladiator. So it is his journey, and we find out some secrets about it. We find out what things are going on in Rome, some other players and stuff like that. And also, this movie focuses on the concept of Rome, like we saw in the first movie, how it was like Marcus Aurelius wanted Rome to be this and this, and like he had a definition of Rome, or he had an idea or a dream of Rome. And in this second installment of the series, we get to even explore more of that, what Rome means and feels to different people in the empire, and people who like want to govern it, want to control it. Again, this we again see the quarrel between the emperors and like the senate in there. So that was again a recurring point that I would like to point out, and which was also good to see. And especially this film, this movie, I think gives us what it actually kind of felt to be in the Roman Empire, because I think it 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 doesn't just show us what like the army is doing, or what like the emperors are doing. It also shows us, like, it may even be in the background, but it shows us how the world at that time worked, like with the slave trading, and with the gladiator matches, and how they were set up, and with people, like common people. There were like camps around the Colosseum of the underprivileged, and all of that stuff. So I think it sets the tone, the basis of the movie quite correctly, that this is like it's like Rome is declining, and we are looking at it, like what things are happening in there. And it was good to see that. And again, Ridley Scott, man, he has done a great job directing this movie. I mean, after watching this movie, I can, like, I am ready to watch any other Ridley Scott film. It was just, it was a great experience. It's like, you have to watch this movie in the cinema, so go and check this movie out. A great movie, I loved it. And I'll just end it with this, and that is, This movie tells you what Rome is. This movie tells you what the dream of Rome is. This movie tells you what being a soldier is. This movie tells you what being a gladiator is. So you can surely check this movie out. An amazing film. I loved it. So I guess that's it for this one. I'll meet you in the next.